What's up, YouTube? Good morning. Oh, yeah. Got a fresh bottle of Boost Oxygen. So I had a friend, customer mine, message me this morning, said his oil pressure gauge was pinned past 80 or at 80. And he asked if that was good or bad. I said, well, you always definitely want to know what your oil pressure is doing, let alone any instrumentation and gauge readings in your vehicle. And this is on an LF engine. So I said, what I want you to do is tell me if the gauge falls to 0 when you shut your car off. Boost Oxygen. Almost like a whippet. Remember those days? So he messaged me back, says, yes, the gauge returns to 0. So it's possible that the gauge is faulty, but more likely that the oil sending unit is bad. He says it's something to worry about. I said, well, not really, but it should work properly so you know what's going on. I said, at least it's moving, which would indicate some type of pressure is getting on the gauge, but the reading is not accurate. And this is a stock motor without any mods or high volume or high pressure oil pump in it. I know the vehicle. So I said, it's not a major, oh my God, crash, burn, and die thing, or my engine's going to blow up. But to get it serviced sooner than later, and that goes for, same thing with your coolant gauge. If your coolant gauge doesn't work, you don't know where your engine's at. So if it starts off at cold and whacks all the way up to overheating, and as soon as you start it up, something typically electronic is wrong. Typically, if you start up, your coolant gauge is on cold, and then after a short amount of time of driving, it progressively moves up and goes to overheating. That usually means your engine is overheating and can ruin your engine. And same thing with an oil pressure gauge. If you start it up, and it goes, to normal and stays there, and then the oil pressure starts to fall off, that could be an internal mechanical problem. It could also be a weak gauge. It also could mean that you have worn bearings in your engine, causing the oil pressure to drop off as everything expands. If it continues to get higher and higher and higher, typically it is a resistance issue between the sensor, the wire harness, and the cluster. Thanks for watching. I hope this makes someone's life much simpler. But all these items should work properly. Thanks for watching.